From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather tonight.
Cold, but not quite as chilly overnight tonight, dropping out of the 30s into the mid to upper 20s overnight with mostly clear skies. Here's a breakdown of the overnight lows, mainly the middle 20s over southern middle Tennessee, although a few folks could certainly stay into the upper 20s by all means, mainly upper 20s over northwest Alabama and northeast Mississippi, but one or two spots close to the Tennessee River could be closer to 30 or 31. Everybody at or below the freezing mark. Light winds, clear skies tonight. Tomorrow gets a bit windy into especially the late morning and the afternoon as we stir up the lower level atmosphere. Have west-southwest winds as high as 10 to 15 miles per hour tomorrow. Gust in the afternoon, 20 to 25. That combined with mostly sunny skies gets us into the 50s tomorrow. Most of us into the mid-50s. Maybe some lower 50s up here in the Highway 412 corridor of Middle Tennessee, and maybe some isolated upper 50s sprinkled in here and there across northwest Alabama. And then falling down to the upper 20s tomorrow night, maybe some patchy freezing fog for our Thursday night. Anything would be isolated with that. The next big weather maker will be Friday evening, Friday night, with rain likely across the area. Maybe some heavy downpours isolated here and there. A good half-inch of rain looks likely. No severe storms expected, maybe not even any thunder at all across the area Friday night. Steady rain tapers off Saturday morning, becomes more spotty and showery into the afternoon, maybe ending as a stray light flurry in our local area Saturday night. Better chances of more steady snow would be well off to the east of us in the Tennessee mountains, however, so not expecting local impacts in our viewing area. Arctic air spills into the area overnight Saturday night and Sunday. And that's going to be the big story as we head late weekend into especially next week. Big Arctic air outbreak sets up across a large part of the central and eastern United States. This will actually originate from Siberia, cross the North Pole because of high pressure north of Alaska, and drive itself into Canada over the next few days. Big southward dip in the upper level jet stream, and then a surface high over the northern plains drives that Arctic air from Canada southward into the central and eastern United States as we head late weekend into early next week. And we're talking well south into the deep south here. What that means locally for us, beginning Sunday, but especially next week, will be some serious cold air. We'll have highs in the 30s on Sunday, and it may be a day where we start in the 30s during the morning, dropping to the 20s by the afternoon. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe beyond that, highs down into the mid-20s across the area. Overnight lows well down into the low to mid-teens for several nights. That means we're going to have several long durations there where even the daytime and the nighttime temperatures both together are below freezing. Now, this pipe bursting type cold, you're going to have to drip the faucets next week, wrap the pipes if they need that. Make sure to take care of livestock and pets, and bring pets inside. Make sure livestock have shelter and plenty of food and water that won't freeze over. Check on it often. Also check on any elderly or limited mobility relatives or friends or neighbors. It's going to be cold, nothing we've never seen before, but for our local area in the Tennessee Valley, this is dangerous type cold, especially when you're talking about wind chills that get down into the single digits or at times lower than that as we head into next week. Yes, there are still some winter precipitation chances on the board. It is still possible. Chances of it may actually be ticking up with time, but the model data is all over the road. We don't know details on it. Way more questions than answers. The more certain thing is the dangerous cold coming next week. And we don't use the word dangerous to scare you or to be clickbait or anything. But when you have wind chills this low over an extended period, yes, it can be dangerous type cold, especially if you don't protect yourself and you don't think about the elderly. And also, if you don't practice fire safety, if you have electric space heaters, you have to think about all of these things next week as we get the cold air in here. We'll figure out the wintry precipitation as we get closer and details become more certain over the next few days. Not ignoring it, but at this stage in the game, it's not quite as important as the cold air and the wind chills for next week. Overnight tonight, clear skies out there, light winds starting to stir up closer to daybreak. Overnight lows in the mid to upper 20s. Mostly sunny but breezy for your Thursday. Daytime highs up into the 50s. The 50s continue for Friday and Saturday. Rain arriving Friday night, tapering off as we go deeper into the day on Saturday. Arctic air spilling into the area late Saturday night and Sunday, and then it really settles in as we head into next week. Again, we'll have to think about the wind chills. We'll have to think about extended periods below freezing, which may cause pipe issues. And then, yes, we have the potential for some wintry precipitation on the board toward the middle and latter part of next week, way far out there. We'll figure out the details once we get a little bit closer. There's your latest 7-day forecast. Ben Luna is in the Weather Center tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. with your Wake Up Weather forecast.